Hello everyone, Mike Arnold here, co-founder of Path Trading Partners along with Bob Iacchino. So when we last left off in Monero, we had a projection up to these key levels right around the 310 mark. You see we hit the first 294, rotated back down the rotation zone, went back up, stopped there again, pulled back slightly, zero rotation zone, then came up to the next key level. Those were done. What did we do? Then we did a projection from the lows on the 11th up to this high on the 15th, which gave us the next levels, again reinforcing that 310 level and coming up to 320, spiked up through to 330, closing at 320, found that key resistance at 320, pulling back to the 12.5% retracement level because we updated that also, then spiking down to the 25% retracement level. These levels are done now. Let's move them out of the way. And we can see where then we're going to raise this one to this move that started it. And so those are going to be our future levels. We're holding the rotation zone right now. If we do get a dip, especially close below the rotation zone, watch for that 285 level again. And then we'll look at the other pullback areas on the daily. But the next major one on the 4 hour is going to center right around this 278.50. We have the 200 just above it and the 50 exponential just below it. So that's going to be your next key level. If we do run up, oh, look at this, the really nice cluster here. Wow, two nice clusters, 342.81. Okay, so we have this 12.5% coming back with a 75% retracement, which is a blue level clustering right on each other, 342.63 to 81. And then the next one, another retracement level, coming up with a 25% projection, 354.37 to 355.26. So those are going to be levels to either take profits or move up your stops. Let's check out the stuff on the daily chart because it's always important to see where everything lines up. So keep in mind that these levels are beyond the end of this clear path. You may find some resistance around 334. It'll probably be some minor resistance. Look at it, pulled back on the daily level at this 25% retracement, the 50 period exponential moving average, and the rising 8 very key zone. So if you're watching your multi-time frame, as we've talked about multiple times, you should at least look at 2 time frames to help fine tune your levels as we do. You can see the pullback there. If we dip back down and retest that level, you can watch for another reversal pattern there. And if it breaks through that, then the bottom of the rotation zone is this 274 area. So 274 area, going back to our 4 hour time frame, that 274 is just below this 50 period exponential moving average. So I'd probably bump that out because that 21 will keep rising on the daily. So again, reinforcing this 276 to 279 with 278 right in the middle. So that's your analysis for Monero. Switching over to Ripple. So when we last left off, we had these key levels, horizontal channel either breaking up or down. And we had the major cluster up here, 119.50 to 120. Broke out of the horizontal channel. There wasn't a trigger on that trade for us because we were waiting for the close, but it did run up based off of a rotation all the way up to this cluster. And you see then slam back down, came to this next middle level. We also talked about this 117.78 to 117.79. Again, major resistance, plummeting back down. Now this has not triggered the horizontal channel to the downside because it would again be a close below this 107 mark, but it did spike down to the first level on there that we've had on the chart, this 1038. There was no reversal pattern for buying, at least on the 4 hour time frame for us, and that's the time frame we mostly cover for everyone trading on this channel with us. So running that up, let's just see if there's a couple different clusters doing this analysis live, trying to figure out what we're going to be doing. So to the upside, let me zoom out. We have some major levels. We're going to take those off for now. So major level we'll be watching for is this 122. Let me zoom in on this. Here we go. Here we go. So the prior major swing highs from before this last sell-off you see here, 122. We're now looking from these key projections. Let's see. Let me do a reverse scan box 2 real quick because there we go. All right, we're going to use the reverse scan box because I didn't realize that this had dipped below there. So we want to use the reverse scan box. Now that gives us a 122.56 to about 122.76 area. Then we'll be watching for about the 124.60, then the 126.26. Let's check in on the daily chart though to see where everything resides. Now if this does sell off, there's major supports at this 25% level with the rising 50 period exponential moving level. So 106.39 to about 105.63. That's going to be pretty key support. The rotation zone is pretty flat now on the 4 hour. On the daily, so spiking through, we haven't yet got the first cross. It's close, so you really watch for 107.81. If you do get a pullback there and then a reversal pattern, that would be decent. This did return down and see this prior resistance, at least on the candle body basis, became the support. That's going to be your major support, this 103.89. Then if that breaks, 98.20 is going to be key. We can also throw in a quick little projection to the downside here, which gives us, I'd be watching major between this 99.46 and 98.20 area, and we'll have to fine tune that on the next push down, but that gives you sort of a macro perspective of where it is. Ideally, we don't want to close below this rotation zone again, because then we haven't got the first cross, it hasn't been able to hold, and then it's closed below. Then we'd be watching for the bigger pullback levels. So that's what we have for you on Monero and Ripple. Have a great time trading the cryptos, and we'll talk to everyone soon. Bye for now.